Alright guys, so I had time, so I'm gonna do this video on my misfire and what occurred and all that stuff. As you guys can see, this is the throttle body that I replaced with I don't think this is an OEM throttle body, but here's my situation. So originally when I had the misfire, okay, let me just go to the beginning. I bought this car with 225,000 miles on it. Originally, when I test drove it, nothing came up as far as, you know, as far as misfire is concerned. After I had it, you know, I drove it. The car was driven for like, you know, a mile or two, test drive it, nothing, no check engine lights, no misfire, anything like that, and drove it all. You know, it was driven about 50 miles to my location, and nothing. So what happened was the next day there was a misfire code that came up, check engine light misfire code on misfire on cylinder 2. It's the only code I had up, and you know, I wasn't feeling the misfire. Drove for like 1,000 miles. All of a sudden, started misfiring all over the place. Multiple cylinders, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 cylinders were misfiring. So I thought, change the spark plugs, change the coils, which was what I was going to do in the first place. Since I had 225,000 miles on it, I had to do it. So did that. Still had issues. So I'm like, next up, fuel injectors. Swap those out. They had to be swapped out anyway. The issue didn't really change much. So what I did next was the battery. Swapped out the battery. Had to do that anyway. Got a bigger battery, a little bit bigger, because the battery that came with this car was pretty small. Didn't do anything. And then it came to the throttle body. Swapped out the throttle body, and the codes changed. Instead of multiple misfires on 1, 2, 3, and 4, I had misfire on 3, and you know, the rest of the codes, with there being a vacuum leak and stuff like that. I mean, I was like, you know, I almost gave up on. Didn't almost give up, but you know, I thought changing this up would have changed that. A lot of things, which it did. To be honest, there were it was one other issue that had really nothing to do with the original issue of the car. But let me just go into this. You guys see how dirty this is? So originally I thought about cleaning this up. You know, I thought about cleaning this up, but I wasn't gonna do it because it's pretty old. You guys see the rust, all the rust on here. I'm pretty sure there was a leak coming from one of these rusted out parts. I actually did a test on a vacuum leak where I blew smoke. I was smoking a cigar and I blew smoke into one of these hoses, and didn't see anything come out as far as from the manifold or any other place from any of the hoses or anything like that. So this was definitely where it was. I'm pretty sure this is where it was leaking from. All right, changed that out. All the misfire, you know, multiple misfires went away. I just had a misfire on 3. So here's the thing. It was confusing to me because I changed out all the spark plugs and all the coils, and I still was having a misfire on cylinder 3. So what I did was I swapped out the spark plug from 3 to 4, and the car ran better. All right, I was getting misfires, but I wasn't feeling the misfires. For the most part, I wasn't feeling the misfires. So what I did was I swapped out I kept, you know, I swapped out 3 for 4. So I realized I needed a new spark plug, because that new spark plug that I had was having issues. So I ordered another spark plug from eBay, pop it in 4, and I changed the the coil. I swapped out the coil from 3 to 4, and then 4 had the net. Then 4 had a net bad spark plug, so I switched out. I bought a new spark plug, put it in 4 coils. I keep on interchanging those two. All right, I bought a new coil. I changed out the coil from 3 to 4. You know, a week later, bought a new coil, put it on 4, changed the spark plug on 3, and guess what? All the misfire codes went away. I don't want to jinx myself in this video, because I've been driving, the codes were erased. I've been driving it for 3 or 4 days now, no codes whatsoever, no misfires. Originally I thought I might have to replace the fuel pump or whatever, but maybe this part needs to be replaced. I don't think so, but all the codes went away, knock on wood. So that's a good thing. I think at this point I fixed all the issues that I needed to fix on as far as the misfire is concerned. Haven't had any of the codes come up, haven't had check engine light come up. It's been a bit. It's been like 3 or 4 days, and I've driven it a couple hundred miles. Normally the codes, the check engine light at least pop up after a little bit. So there you go. So that's my video. That's my video on completion of figuring out, diagnosing, and fixing the multiple misfires on the car. So sometimes you just have to just change out parts, because this whole figuring out the misfires on this car took me a while, man. It took me like, I had to change out parts, drive it a little bit, see if it changes anything, and then kept on doing it for different parts. It's taking me like at least a month, But I think it's been figured out. I'm pretty sure it's been figured out. If it hasn't, I'll do another video. I'll put another video up. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, I won't know. Like I'm like 99% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't stick my life on it. But I'll give it like a week, and if nothing shows up in a week, I'm pretty sure everything's been fixed. But no check engine light so far. Nothing. No misfire. Nothing. Car's getting a lot better fuel economy. It's driving a lot better. So I'm feeling a little bit better about this car, and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure everything's fixed, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys have any, please subscribe, all that good stuff, and please give me a thumbs up for this video if it's helped you guys out anyway, guys. All right, guys. All right, take care.